Something was in the walls by Airy Scary, inspired by true events. A weekend escape turns into a nightmare. We just wanted a break. A peaceful weekend? Just trees, silence, time away from the world. That's what brought us to Pine Dusk Resort. Hidden away in the dripping green of Oregon, the resort was buried on the edge of an ancient forest. The trees were so thick they blocked out most of the sunlight, even during the day. Moss covered everything. Rocks, rooftops, even the glass windows of the reception cabin. The air smelled rich, like wet earth mixed with something faintly sweet, almost metallic, like dying flowers steeped in iron. We arrived on a Thursday. Just the four of us. Me, Mia, our daughter, Lily, 9 years old and always sketching, and Theo, our 6-year-old dreamer who still believed trees could talk and monsters weren't all bad. Our cabin was at the edge of the resort. 1 queen bed, 2 bunks, a kitchenette, and windows that looked out into nothing but forest. The silence there was thick, heavy. You could hear your own heartbeat if you listened. That first night, I did what I always do. Checked every lock, tested the flashlight, pulled the curtains tight. I'm not a superstitious guy. I don't believe in ghosts or spirits, but I do believe in instincts. And mine were screaming. We had dinner, watched a movie on a tiny portable DVD player, and tucked the kids in. Lily on the top bunk, Theo below. Everything was fine. Until just after 1 a.m., I woke to a creak. Not the casual groan of an old cabin, but something careful, measured and intentional. I opened my eyes to see Theo standing at the edge of our bed, eyes wide, cheeks streaked with tears. Theo stood trembling. I didn't dream it, he whispered. It was in the room, watching Lily. It didn't have a mouth. Mia pulled him into her arms, and I grabbed the flashlight and shot to Lily's room. Lily wasn't in her bed. I found her under the bottom bunk, curled up so tightly she looked folded in half. She flinched when I reached out. "Don't go near the closet," she whispered. "It's still watching." I turned the flashlight toward it. The closet door was half open. I was sure I'd closed it earlier. Now it looked like it was breathing, like the air itself was pulling toward it. I grabbed Lily and backed out fast. We didn't go back into that room. The four of us huddled in the main bed with all the lights on. I wedged a chair under the doorknob. Mia rocked the kids until they finally fell asleep. She nodded off, too, her hand still resting on Theo's back. I stayed awake. At 3:14 a.m., the doorknob rattled. Not the front door. The door to the kids' room. Slow, deliberate, like someone on the other side was testing it. Not trying to get in. I didn't breathe. The chair scraped slightly but held. Then I heard it, not from behind the door. From the wall behind our headboard, a voice. Low and warped, like a cassette underwater. "Can I come in now?" I jumped up, yanked the door open. The kids' room was dark. Not dim, dead. The bulbs had burst. Shards of glass glittered on the floor. The closet door stood wide open. The smell hit me instantly. Wet wood, burnt sugar, and something rotten underneath. I slammed the door shut, locked it again. At 4:07 a.m., Mia screamed. She bolted upright and ran to the bathroom. I followed and found her, gripping the sink, staring into the mirror like it was a portal. "It wasn't a dream," she said. I woke up and everything was dark. I went into the bathroom. When I came back out, you were all gone. The door wouldn't open. And it came out of the closet. She looked me dead in the eyes. It didn't walk. It unfolded, like it had been packed in too tightly. I looked at the mirror and my reflection. It didn't move with me. It was smiling. The rest of the night was a blur of half-sleep and strange sounds. Breathing behind walls. Clicking noises, like bones tapping wood. Once, a sharp knock against the window, like something was pressing its face there, waiting. By morning, the cabin felt poisoned. The air, the light, everything. We packed without speaking. Mia dressed the kids, neither of whom would even glance at their room. As we loaded up the car, Lily's sketchbook flipped open in the wind. A drawing I'd never seen before caught my eye. It wasn't one of her usual animals. It was tall, wrong, with limbs like branches, no face, just smooth, pale skin, long fingers that hung past its knees. Behind it, trees like the ones surrounding the cabin. I reached for the book. "I didn't draw that," Lily said. Mia frowned. "What do you mean?" "I found it like that. In my book." The morning after, I didn't ask for anything else. I couldn't. We drove away in silence. Pine Dusk disappeared in the rear view like it had never been there. But home, it felt wrong, unsettling. The floorboards groaned underfoot, echoing the same haunting rhythm as the cabin. Mia stared into the mirrors, her eyes wide with dread, as if they might suddenly blink back at her, revealing something lurking just beyond the glass. Lily's lights burned bright, casting long, flickering shadows that danced like restless spirits. Theo wouldn't dare approach his closet. The air was thick with an unshakable tension, a feeling that something was watching, waiting, just out of sight. And me, I started hearing it. First, a single knock behind our headboard, then a whisper, barely there. "Can I come in now?" I haven't told Mia. Not yet. Because now, every night at 3:14, the hallway door rattles. Last night, hallway lights died. Closet creaked open. Something tall, watching, waiting. The closet in Theo's room creaked open, and I finally understood. We never really left Pine Dusk. Some places don't let you leave. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Until we meet again.